Oh,
Hey guys.
they're watching.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the newest episode of the Saints podcast. Here with me today are co-hosts Julian, Luca, and JC. How you doing, boys?
Doing good.
Great.
Yeah, and most importantly, Dragons enforcer Josh Kerr. Joshy, how are you, brother?
Boys, good, brother. Thanks for having me on, lads. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Before we get into this, this podcast is brought to you by UDJ. Skip the expensive DJ, pick your songs, set the vibe, and control everything from your phone. They provide all the gear and handle setup and pack up. Mention this podcast and get 25% off. Your music, your way. Check them out at udj.com.au or call 0404 233 234. Now back to the podcast. Luca, do you want to start off?
Yeah, well, first of all, welcome back to the Saints, Josh. We're thrilled to have you back, and I was sorry, pardon the language, I was gutted when you left because you were one of my favorite players at the time. And obviously after a very respectable stint at the Dolphins, what made you want to come back to where it all began?
Yeah, bro. Thanks very much. No, it was, bro. This club, it means a lot, bro. To be honest, these guys gave me my first opportunity. I remember when I first, there used to be this competition called the NYC. Remember, every team had an NRL, had under 20s team. And I was very fortunate enough to be part of the Melbourne Storm one, and I did 2 years there, and I was kind of, at a crossroads of where I wanted to go with my career, and I was fortunate enough to play well enough to be recognised by a few NRL teams to sort of progress into the NRL system, and. One of them was Gold Coast, which was sort of back home for me. One was down here, and one was Melbourne, and one was another Sydney-based team. I thought if I stayed home, to be fair, I didn't. I've always watched the Dragons, and I just always remember they used to be freaks just because of Matt Cooper and Mark Gasnier and stuff like that, and I just knew if I wanted to grow as a man and as a player, I needed to get away from my home, as hard as that was going to be. And my old man was always to me, I never knew too much, like I said, about the Dragons until my old man was mate, back in the day, they would just he just told me this. He just used to refer to them always as they're just hard bastards, mate. They used to run with their elbows up and putting people hitting people in the throat and stuff. So I was like, oh shit, what am I heading down to down there? So obviously, I chose to come down here, and they were the toughest pre-seasons of my life. And I made so many down here. I was very fortunate. I made plenty of mistakes as well, as any young man does. And when you do that as a young kid, you move away from home. I spent about 6.5 years here. This place meant something to me, and when you're on the outside looking in with the Dragons, I was a part of it in here, and I was inside these four walls, and I could always see what this team was building to, but we just never got the success that we the success that I thought we deserved. And over time, I always just wanted to bring success to the club and just want to win. I know obviously there was a few off-field incidents. There's always things like that. A lot of people love to slander the Saints, but I just always wanted to have success at this club. To sort of shut those people up, to sort of finish my football career and just thank God, because these guys gave me everything, my opportunity to I was just a kid watching NRL one day, and these guys gave me that opportunity. Then obviously, I had a lot of things happen with, number one, my hometown where I grew up in Redcliffe, they became an NRL team. So how many times in life does that ever happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably the best coach of all time, Wayne Bennett, was the coach, and he wanted me to go there. But one of the biggest factors for me, because a lot of people don't know that I was actually going to stay here. I just didn't know who the coach was going to be, and that's, you want to go somewhere. I was in between going to Redcliffe and having Wayne Bennett, who wanted me there, and staying here and not knowing who the coach was, and then they might not like me. Then me going, all right, well, but I want to, you just want to feel loved at the same time too, 100%. And you want to work hard. And so when I went back home, another big part of that was, I'd unfortunately, some of my grandparents passed away, and every time I'd go home, all my family would just look so much older. All my young cousins were growing up. And I felt like in life I was missing out, and I'd always thrown everything I had into rugby league because it's such a short-lived career. A bit of a narcissist because I just feel like it's either my way or the highway with things because it's like I've caught lightning in a jar with this job, as you would agree. Like how lucky am I to play NRL every week? So I did everything selfishly because I just thought I was so afraid of it just slipping away, and I just left a stone unturned, sort of thing. And but when I went home, I'd seen my family, everyone growing up. I was getting a bit older. Like I said, I lived away from almost 7 years. I just thought, "Fuck, like I'm missing out. Like my family are going to pass away. I've missed so much of my family. So many things, milestones have happened that I just think it's probably time for me to go home."
Yeah, being
Got
away from
opportunity,
home at such a young age as well,
bro. Exactly,
seeing everyone grow up, and wouldn't be easy. I couldn't
exactly,
imagine
man.
myself doing that. So.
That was probably the biggest reason. And but then things happened up there the last few years, and I sort of started to play my best football. Um, and then things happened there. Like they couldn't fit me in the salary cap, and I'd always wanted to come back, but to be fair, I didn't think there would be an opportunity back. I just saw all these young kids come through, and I just thought, why would they want me, or why would they want me back after I left? And I left on good terms with everyone. I sort of explained to the CEO, and it's funny at the time the CEO's name was Ryan Webb. I don't know that you guys remember him, but
Yeah, yeah.
I got along with him really well. He was a good fella, and I remember having the actual conversation. I remember I was in the car park at the marina down in Shell Harbour, and I said to him, "I've signed there for 2 years," and he goes, "Oh, beauty, 2 years, you'll be back here." And I said, "Yep, I'm keen." And I always had in the back of my mind I'd come back, but then, like I said, as soon as I left, these young kids come on the scene, and you can just see it reminds me so much of like what Penrith was like before
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
popped off. And I just saw far out. So I was actually in talks with, I won't say who, but a few other Sydney-based clubs, and a couple over in England.
Yeah. Wow.
So we were pretty like, we were scared because I didn't want my NRL career to be over, but also you want to look after your family. And I asked my
Yeah.
manager, and I said, can you just ask and see if there is something? Like I just don't like. I always wanted to. I was more of afraid just to ask and feel like not wanted again down here. And
Yeah.
and bro, fuck man, it was just because I had Flano here before too, and mean, even my manager was saying like he knows how to get every drop of juice out of those boys. Like as you could tell, understaffed and undermanned throughout the majority of the season, and they still found ways to stay in the games, hanging on. Only lost a couple, but like lost by 6 or 7 games just by 6 points or something like that. So, um, man, he knows how to coach, and I just wanted to, like I said, just wanted to see if he wanted me back, and thankfully he did, and that was a big reason to come back. So I was honestly over the moon.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Sorry, I
You
spoke for
mentioned-
about 30 minutes. I spoke for about 30 minutes. Sorry, boys.
No,
No, you mentioned sorry, Elijah. You mentioned that you played for the Melbourne NYC team, and so were you living in Melbourne for a little bit?
Yeah, bro. I moved down there. So the plan for me was actually like out of high school to miss schoolings and then go straight down. And
Wow.
I'm someone who's my mother did absolutely everything for me. I was spoiled rotten as a kid. I wouldn't go far as say mama's boy, but I was just so fortunate that I had two parents. Um, they both stayed together. My old man was up at 4 o'clock every morning. I would never see him leave. He'd walk in the door at 6:30 at night. Didn't really understand that concept because I just thought, we never get to see my dad. We always just thought my dad chose work. But as you know, it's the man's job to provide for the house, no matter how he feels or what he's doing, because if he stops, then the house stops. And my mother would go to work as well, but she was just overly loving, best mother in the world. Like obviously everyone's going to say that about their mum, but man, she did absolutely everything for me. So I thought, when school finished, I was probably, talk about the correlation between being young and given like these deals. I probably thought my probably shit didn't stink in high school towards the back end. I just thought I was happy to be the kid in high school that had the Melbourne Storm contract for this and that. And um, then when it came to it, didn't think I was ready to actually move out of home. So I actually stayed another year back home in Redcliffe, played 20s there. We were lucky enough to win the grand final. It was a good year. I was actually a winger, centre winger, and
Wow.
played a bit of fullback too. But so I started there. Then I went from there down to Melbourne. and that was just a punch in the face to grow up, really. But scariest thing, but the most rewarding thing you could ever possibly do is to move out. And the more scared you are, it's probably going to be more worth it, because you just learn how to grow up. And moved down there for a year. Then the following year, they actually played the NYC at a Sunny Coast Falcons for the Storm. So I was given an opportunity to move back home, but I didn't want to move back home. I was too independent at that time. So yeah, man. And then from there, down the Dragons.
Yeah.
JC, we'll go straight to your question.
So who's a young talent that you're most excited to play alongside, though? It's looking the best, like up and coming through the Dragons.
Bro, someone asked me this the other day. I'm sure you guys see it too. You guys know all the young kids, and it's hard for me to actually, put my finger on a single individual. But, number one for me at the moment would be Hamish, because number one, I love his old man. His old man's an absolute legend. He's helped me out so much in my life off the field. His old man is Scott Stewart, who does a lot of things around the club for us. I remember when he first stepped into the role, we already knew him from cup ways, like from when I was playing cup down here, New South Wales Cup. And his old man done so much for me. And then I knew he had a son that played footy, but I never knew he bloody was like, got to be this, He must have had a growth spurt or something. I don't know what happened. But man, he just, watching him come onto the scene, and good head on his shoulders, reminds me a lot of Bomber, like Jack DeBellin. But man, he's like a young kid that's coming through. That's, bro, for someone so young, so talented, just to keep level-headed. And a lot of these young kids are. It's, this day and age, I've seen so many young kids come through, and it's just such a different environment to when I first came through. A lot of young kids are a bit more, talk a bit more entitled sometimes. But at the moment, these young kids, bro, they're so good. So just for the fact that, I feel like he's going to be the future captain of the club. I really do believe that. I think he's going to be a Blues player, no doubt, and I'm sure you guys know that as well. So he's one player. I reckon Big Loco. Big Loco is just this big, young, raw talent. You can see the size of him. He works hard. He's a big fit thing too. He's learning his trade at the moment as well. Like, obviously this might be his second, maybe third. I'm not too sure. Maybe third pre-season. So, bro, he's going to be like, he could be anything at the end of his career, man. Like, he's just so big, very mobile, which is good. I can't wait to play NRL with Dill Egan. He was coming through the ranks when I was there. It's kind of the ones that you always hear about in the media. You obviously know they talk about these young Dragons juniors, but biggest job they've got to do at this club is to retain them, pay them what they probably think they're worth. And I think these kids are, I've watched a lot of young kids from other clubs, and you would have seen it before. A lot of clubs pay these young kids a lot of money, and then they sort of don't know if it affects them mentally, like goes to their head and stuff, but they probably never reach that potential. But these are probably the crop of young kids that you need to hang on to, because these are the guys that are going to be like your bloody, your Dean Youngs, your Mark Gasniers, Matt Coopers, that are probably going to stick around for the long haul at this club.
Yeah. Joshy, have you circled any games in the calendar? And if so, what games are they? What games are you most?
Fuck yeah, my bro, the Dolphins, bro. Fucking no. No, I've definitely looked at it, but you never really like. Well, man, the one that I've always thought about, and even when I went up to Dolphins and spoke to them about how tough it is and how big a game it is always the Anzac game for me, bro. Massive. I such an emotional game, and such just like a, bro. We played it at the last one I played was at
don't remind me, Luke Keary field goal.
Yeah, bro. Man. But bro, getting into that game was packed. Like the stadium was packed. And I remember we walked down on the field. We did the last post, and you could hear a pin drop. And then during the game, it was like, I don't know if we were the first game that, bro, you couldn't hear the plays on the field. I was screaming at Ben Hunt. He was screaming at me, and we couldn't hear the play. We just kept spraying each other because I just couldn't hear. What the fuck are you saying? What is it? What it is, mate? It was there. So
was this one at the SCG?
No, this was at Allianz.
Allianz just got built.
Oh,
man, yes.
27, 26. Don't want to hear it.
Oh no.
We scored more tries that game, I remember, but
Yes,
Lomax
yes.
missed, his
that
goals.
second half was unreal.
That's when
That
Couchman
was
dropped it in the last
Tyrell. I
minute
remember
when he was
Tyrell.
through.
Blown
That
with
Yeah,
love,
the
bro.
poor kid.
that was like his redemption game. He
Yeah.
cooked that game. But,
Far out.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
that was my first Anzac Day game, and I was heartbroken.
That was,
Um,
but it was a great game to go to be fair.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
mad.
and like the comeback as well. Like I mean, we were behind at like half time. I'm like, but I mean, where to from here? But I mean, that comeback was just incredible, and
Yeah.
fell short in the
Yeah.
end. And I thought whenever you're playing the Roosters, the refs always have a bit of advice, but we won't get into that.
Yeah.
I know you said you circled the Dolphins. I know you said you circled the Dolphins match. You were on the other side of it when we lost 56-6 this year.
Oh.
Are you
Yeah,
expecting
bro.
a similar scoreline but opposite way?
Yeah, well, hopefully we can turn the table on that
Yeah,
front, bit
yeah.
of redemption. I think we only played the Dolphins once, but it's just always like I don't know if it's an ego thing or anything, but you always want to get one back over your old club, don't you? And
Yeah.
I guess it's like that. But to be fair, like there's a few games, like obviously the round one in Vegas would be awesome because that's just something you look back on life and think, like, fuck, bro, like what an opportunity to be able to do that. Go to like Las Vegas, play NRL, you know what I mean?
Playing
Like this
rugby
is
league
crazy.
in
Yeah.
America, like it's just so it's
Bro.
like
Crazy.
a foreign thing.
Exactly.
Joshy,
man.
what are your thoughts on the jersey that came out yesterday?
Oh yeah, like I don't mind it. It's just like I thought they were gonna, like it's just the same sort of jersey as always. Like they
Honestly,
obviously
everything's
Yeah.
a
just
lot of
red.
a lot of the sponsors. I think they usually have a black back. Oh, sorry, one of them has like a blue background that they
Yeah.
changed to white just to make it look red and
This
white.
one.
And
We
people
don't want
forget,
blue
bro.
on our jerseys. Get rid of it.
Well, yeah,
We
well,
want
back
red
in the
and white.
day, bro, it was like the Dragons and the Broncos were the biggest known markets that people from outside Australia knew about.
Yeah.
Like, the Dragons were obviously the red V, and they always,
Yeah.
and back in the
Dragons
day
were-
from the 80s, that's like that was just their branding. So
We were the first
I
team to
kind
have
of
a sponsor
understand
as
it.
well back in the day. So
Yeah, well,
that's
that's, man, so
introduced that in the sport.
yeah, well, there you go. So I didn't know that, but yeah, man, like it is a big brand. You obviously got St. Helens as well. You'd think, oh, so who the fuck are these
Yeah, but
guys
they-
copying us? But
yeah,
yeah,
they're
they're
copying
way
us.
around. Yeah,
We
yeah,
can't copy them. Yeah.
yeah, exactly right. So that's, I was just having a bit of a joke saying they should have changed the Dragon to the Dragon Link of Pokies, the Pokies machine Dragon Link.
Hey,
So yeah, but just had a bit of laughing because we had a guy come in. His name's Hodjo, and he was like he's taken over the marketing and all that sort of stuff, and he introduced the video. I'm pretty sure they put on social media. They put a lot of effort into it, so it's pretty cool, man. And it's good to see guys that which is something that's changing very soon with this new high performance center coming in. But a lot of time, this whole time that I've been here, you have Wollongong and you have St George. So you have obviously the Illawarra and you have St George area, and a lot of our staff behind the scenes work up at the St George area, and it kind of has a bit of a disconnect, I guess, if that's the word. Where then I went to Dolphins, and I've always heard from other players when they go to their clubs or come from other clubs talk about you walk in the front door and you see everyone. You're one club, everyone's together. You watch all the people behind the scenes. Might walk through the front door, they're all right there in their little cubicles and coming out saying g'day. You get to see them day to day, where we kind of just get to see them on like a promo day or something like that, So I think it's cool to see the guys come in that put a lot of a lot of sweat and tears into their work. They get to reciprocate it back with all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think when we move into this new performance center, we get to see everyone. I think, man, it's got to be a big couple of years, these next couple of years, with all these new changes going on. The young kids coming through, high performance center coming in, and hopefully a few more big names coming to the club. So it should be good.
Jules, you have a question?
Yeah, I was just gonna talk to you about you're an Indigenous man yourself. What's it like playing Indigenous round, Indigenous All Stars, and all that? What's it mean to you?
Obviously, well, that's another round I circled too, which I was going
Yeah.
to get back to. But it's man, it's unreal. It's just, bro, people. I love the fact that obviously over the years it's been embraced a lot more and more, and a lot of the younger generation are coming through and being born with a great amount of respect as well for one another. And it's an opportunity just to represent myself and I think of my family. Well, you know, people, how proud are people on Anzac Day, right? And they used to say, my pop, and this is obviously a different, you know, sort of thing, but it's sort of similar in my head. It's just, you know, I'm the same. Anzac Day, you have ancestors, I've grandparents that served, and you have a sense of pride, don't you, just to be able to represent them on that day. Or people might walk down to the, you know, in the morning and hear the last post and wear their grandparents, you know, medals and stuff. Well, because that's who they are as a person. They're a proud Australian. They get to represent themselves. Where for Indigenous round of stuff, like I get the opportunity to represent my family, and I have that feeling like people obviously you pay for Australia, you get to wear that jersey. It's like where all my family think, all my family are watching me. I get to go out on the big stage and represent, and that's that sort of sense of love and connection that you know, and in history, and obviously, you know, being able to just put that jersey on represent a lot of people that have gone through a big struggle. And I get, you know, upsetting thing is, bro, like we go into camp and we go out to communities and we see all these people, hear these stories, absolutely horrific stories of what Indigenous people have gone through and stuff. And a lot, like 99% of it, bro, you don't even hear. But we do, and we want to go out and represent them. And then, you know, all of a sudden, then these stories come out. Like, bro, people. The worst thing is that I think it happens so regularly that people just get sick of hearing it. It's like it shouldn't be like that, and that's why there's always been a bit of a more emotion, a bit of a chip on our shoulder because we want to prove people wrong, you know. And that's why it's such a big game, man. I feel for myself. It's just you get to watch these kids, bro, like that have nothing, but they will do whatever they can to try and watch that game. Indigenous, like so you say, All Stars, for example. So yeah, that's why it's such a big thing for me. My big and most foremost, like forefront thought is to represent my family because I know my family will be watching, and I just want to make them proud to be themselves and proud to have pride in that jersey. So, yeah, man, that's what it means to me. It's awesome. It's an emotional game, bro. It's pretty funny, bro. Like you know, it is a fuck, bro. You got the boys doing like the war cry because you got these lads that come in that a lot of lads come in and they're not as like educated about their side of Indigenous, but they want to come and want to learn, and that's the best part about it. You get to the game day and it's all this emotion. The boys were doing like our war cry. The boys have got tears in their eyes. Bro, it's the best feeling. And then the Maori boys they do their haka, and you can see the pride and the you know, the love in their eyes, and then you
It's
just
one of like the
all of a
rare
sudden,
situations like you see like the emotion in a player because you know it's just like people from just a watching perspective like oh it's just a footy player, but then you actually see like what it means to their culture and their you know their backgrounds, and like yeah, it's one of the rare instances that you just see what it means to a player like yourself, and it's just really just a great thing
bro,
to celebrate. And you know
100%, bro. That's what I mean, bro. Like, I don't know what ethnicity you guys are, but I'm sure that there was around that for you guys to represent your family and your country, where you're from, bro. You would just have this feeling of pride, and that's why it's
yeah
like, yeah, like you said, you see the emotional side. Then we both want to kill each other and just try to get one on top of each
yeah
other. So that's
yeah.
just the game we're in, bro. So it's crazy.
JC, your second question.
Look, I don't want to ask you another mainstream media question that you're going to get bored out of your head, but I want to know what's
Love it.
funniest or weirdest thing that's happened at training or during a game, and I want the most uncensored answer you can give me.
Oh, bro. One of the boys just like our fitness days at the Dolphins. I know, not that this plays for the Dolphins. I'm not going to say who because he's one of the older boys, but shit himself that many times, bro. Like the training's that hard, bro. It gets that hard. Yeah, bro. Yeah. It gets hard. Yeah. Bro, it gets to a point,
Oh no way.
like it got to a point at the start, man. Like when you first hear it, you laugh. And then when you're on the field, bro, like the boys, like especially if you're young, bro, and they need to go to the bathroom, they run off to go to the toilet from a fitness drill or something, they get absolutely fucking sprayed, bro. It's like you might as well just shit this like and then the older boy does it, and you're laughing and you think, oh yeah, bro, it's actually because it's embarrassing, it's thing, but it's like the guys there to work. And
Has
then
anyone ever
it's
shit
this guy.
themselves during like a game or something?
Oh, bro, I'm pretty sure heaps. I think not that I know of. I've heard of people.
Have you?
Yeah, so someone. I can't remember who.
Have you?
No, man, no. I've been very fortunate not to, bro.
No,
I've come close, my bro. I've come close, my bro. Fucking looking at the clock to see when half time's coming. I run straight in there.
Yeah, get me in there. Get me in the sheds.
Jules, your second question.
Coming into the club, we've got all these young forwards and stuff. You coming in a bit more mature. Do you think you'll have a massive impact on them as a leader as well now?
I want to, and I don't really. We do have a bit of a, I guess, emphasis at the moment with us, like especially myself coming in and wanting to be a leader. I don't really want to be a leader, if I'm being honest. I want to get the best out of myself. I just want to win and get the best out of myself. And
Poor bloke hasn't made the finals.
No, I've never made the finals once, bro.
Right.
So it's like
It's coming. It's coming.
I don't want to go in thinking I want to be a leader, but I do want to like help toughen up and help these young kids that are coming through because like I said before, bro, like I come to a very different time, get spoken to very differently than what now. We've got welfare officers and that now worrying about people's feelings, blokes talking about their feelings and shit. Like, and I know this is very backwards mainstream. Like, this is not where they want to go, but this is just how I feel, bro. Like, there's a lot of kids that just become entitled, and then I've just seen it. I just remember coming through and with the old boys, and then you don't realize, like, you think the old boys are trying to bully you, which they half trying to are when you come through, but they're there to toughen you up and they're there to challenge you to get the best out of you. And a lot of these days, these young kids just think, oh, fuck, he's just picking on me. I'm going to go to my shell, be sad. Like, that's what, it's not like we're trying to, like, I remember being a bit in that boat when I was coming through. I was scared to come to training. I didn't open my mouth, bro. Like, obviously, I'm a bit of I talk a lot of shit. I'm out there now, bro. I barely spoke a word my first year. You have no right, like, as a kid to come in and speak. You just got the job done. They had these old guys, Russell Packer, Lisa Narmel, you had Tarek Sims, Jack DeBellin. They didn't, I won't go back into too much, but they were guys that I was so grateful that I had in my life because as a young kid coming into that environment, you don't know what you need, and they toughened you up definitely.
So I'm just laughing at the comment on the screen. Someone said it was Wayne better in relation to who cupped themselves.
Oh no, bro! The old freaky man. No, it wasn't. No, but like, yeah. So I just want to go in, just because I remember going through that, and I just sort of thought I never kind of want to be like that because I just thought that wasn't the right way. And then I've gone through it before, and these young kids that come through that don't get a bit. I don't want to say the word bullied, but you need to be toughened up a bit. And
yeah, for sure.
Fuck, bro. A lot of things like had no resilience, no bit of entitlement to think, oh fuck, like they probably thought they deserved to be there because they were the young kids coming through, or they signed this contract and their family sent them down here, and because I signed a contract, I'm a part of this now. Well, fuck, you need to earn your way, and that's
exactly. Know your place, sort of, in a way. Like.
Exactly, yeah. Like, bro, it's hard to say, but like rugby league's like one of those. It's like you don't want to say it in the wrong way, and I don't want this to be taken out of context, but it's like where men are men, and you're out there every weekend in like a fucking MMA match almost. You're tackling Adam Fanua Blake off the back fence. You're doing that shit. I'm doing that stuff for kickoff. Big Payne Haas running at you. Do you think anyone cares about your feelings and shit? Do you think anyone cares that you're some highly touted young kid? So, like, just to go back to what you're saying about me coming back and being a leader, like I just want to toughen. Not like it's hard because I just want to train as hard as I can.
Yeah,
toughen these kids up and just. I've made the mistake before about trying not to sort of push young kids that are coming through hard because I just didn't want them to feel upset and I wanted them to like me. Well, I've just seen what happens to them, and I just want to try and do it to help them. And I'm not trying to like
stay on track.
I'm not giving them wedgies or anything like that. It's not like nothing like that.
Yeah,
it's just trying to train as hard as I can so that at training they know that that's what's going to happen in the game and not take it as easy, I suppose.
Yeah. Well. Before we continue with the next question, JC, you got to head off.
Josh, I apologize. I've got personal commitments to attend to. It was nice meeting you. Hopefully, our finals run does come to an end this year. And best of luck. I'll be seeing you at most games anyway this year, bro.
My man, bro. It'll be unreal, brother. It's great to meet you too, bro.
Nice to meet you, man. Enjoy.
My man. Take care, bro.
All right. Next question, Joshy. If you had to go back in time and have a conversation with how old were
I've
you when you
lost
made
you.
your
Hang
debut?
on.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you boys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
Yeah.
you hear us?
I can't hear you all. Uh-oh.
Oh. Hang on, guys. We have a technical difficulty. Give me.
He's muted himself. Fair enough. Oh no.
Well, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Oh, technical difficulties, boys. Mid
He
show.
can't hear us.
I can't hear you.
Give me a second. I'm
Oh,
gonna message him to leave
he's
and
sweating.
join.
I can't hear anything. Is this live? Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's
Oh,
live.
sweet.
Boys, just hang on a second. So we have a technical difficulty. He's gonna leave and join. Then join back.
That has been fucking great so far. Fucking loves it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having a laugh, bro.
Oh,
The so far, I was not expecting that.
bro.
Oh, I'm back.
All right.
Oh,
Can you hear
Oh,
us?
Oh, I'm back. Yeah, I can hear you now, boys.
All right, perfect.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, we're
Let's go.
freaking out. I'm freaking out. I've got anxiety.
It was live. It wasn't. It wasn't. Okay.
That's all right. It's all a part of the Raw podcast.
So,
Perfect.
Joshy, how old were you when you made your debut?
I was 23, bro. So I was a bit
23.
older than. Yep.
Yeah.
So I was a bit older. It's only like 6 years ago. So
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like that long, but it feels like forever.
Yeah. If you had to go back to yourself on your debut game and you had to give him advice in terms of your career, what's something that you would tell 23-year-old Josh Kerr?
Don't try and tackle Greg Inglis around the legs because he fucking steamrolled you.
Did you ever have to?
No, yeah, bro. I played in his last ever game.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Cool,
His first game was Inglis's last game. I remember that.
Yeah, he was my idol growing up too, which is crazy, bro. Like, talk about cosmic coincidence. Like, he was the guy I wanted to be growing up, as obviously like a proud, like, Indigenous man, but he was just a freak, bro. Like, just an absolute freak.
Would you say one of the best players you ever had to, play against?
Yeah, well, it's hard because I never really got him in his prime, and I kind of got him at the end.
Exactly.
But I played against Sam Burgess that game as well, like against the South Sydney team. Yeah, bro. So they had like this gun team, and like it was a good opportunity to sort of get thrown straight into the fire as a young kid coming through. But man, I don't know what I'd tell myself. You got to learn the hard way anyway. Like that was probably the best thing for me because they had a gun side, South Sydney. Like, you had like John Sutton there. You had all these freaks, and then I was thrown into it. I'd come on, and bloody Sam Burgess was there trying to take the head off. So, that was one though. Like, it's like I said, you're not going to get anywhere if everywhere's easy for you. The harder it's going to be, the more rewarding it's going to be at the end of it. So, man, I don't know. In terms of like advice to give myself, keep it simple. Keep it simple would probably be the only thing I could say.
Luca?
Oh, well, yeah, sort of a bit of a question that like we sort of been through earlier, but it's somewhat similar. Who would you say like in the current dressing room is probably the biggest pest? In the locker room, just gives you a bit of a run for your money.
No. The boys are pretty good, It's funny. All the young. It's funny watching coming in there being an older head now, watching all the kids go at each other. Big loco goes at the little young lads a lot. There's always just a bit of shit talk between everyone, to be honest. But I couldn't think of. You got a bunch of young kids. Man, I don't know because everyone's got a little bit of pest about them too.
Yeah,
I think Gutherson and Damien Cook are pretty funny together. They're pretty. They're pretty good together. They crack me up if I'm being honest. They make it enjoyable going into training with some of their shit talk. I'm not going to get into it on this. I don't want to get them in trouble, but yeah. I couldn't put my finger on one person. I just had to say a little bit of everyone.
Yeah. I was going to elaborate on sort of a bit earlier with the English question. Who, if you could like think of a player that you just think of on the top of your head, like, oh, that was really hard, like playing against, probably like the hardest player you've almost like skillful or talented player you've had to come up against, and he's stepping all over the place. Who would it be? Did you ever play against? No, not JT. No, he retired before then. But hardest player.
Fuck, I remember one time, bro, we were playing the Warriors. It was like two of us a check, and we just thought, fuck, yeah, we put a kick chase into him, and I sprinted out. I just went, he's about to step me here. And you add those to the same thoughts about him. Like Kalen Ponga is sort of similar as well. But then there's other guys like, you look at, guys like Joey Tarpany, Payne Haas, Adam Fanua Blake, that you just go, they're not necessarily always going to run over you, but they've got great feet. They're so big, great feet. That makes them so hard to handle. And you just think,
exactly.
fuck, this is going to take everything this run.
Like,
or where is he on this play?
So agile as well, like just so stepping all over the place. And
Payne Haas was doing this run, reversed him this year when I was at Dolphins. And fuck, man, he just did this run, was just running sideways. And it was just like, who the fuck? He's running out to our centers. Who's going to stop him? So then he was just like running amok. So it's just things like that, bro. Like guys like that. Like, but I'll probably go back to people like, Kalen Ponga, and because you obviously know how dangerous they can be and how you make kind of like one mistake, how it could you could be on his highlight reel, bro. But Roger Tuivasa-Sheck was in a league of his own for a very long time there, bro. Even now he's a bit older, but he's still got it, the old fella.
Yeah. Jules.
So when you first started at the Dragons and now you come back, what has the difference? Have you seen the difference in the organisation wise? Like, obviously, I think as soon as Shane has stepped in, and like it's whole different. It's been a whole different organisation. Like,
how's the club changed like since back in the day?
Yeah, like I said, bro, there's been if we were all in one building every day and I got to see all the all the workings, like inner workings of it, like up there at Cogra, I'd probably have a better answer for you, but it changes every year too, bro. Since I've come back, there's all the players are pretty much new besides like Dill Egan, the Couchmans, Lindsay, Jacob Little. But yeah, like the coaches staff and that, they're all new too. Well, I've had Dean Young before. He's the man. Mick Ennis, bro's been like unreal.
Yeah, how's he been? He's been
bro, unreal. I'm so shocked that all the boys we talk about it too. Like he's just, bro. I couldn't believe. Like you hear him, you hear him as a commentator, and he's got a bit of smarts about him about football.
I was about to say, hopefully he's a better coach and commentator.
Yeah.
Oh, he is the fucking man, bro. He's actually so good. Like it's been so refreshing. Just his delivery, the way he cares about you, the way how intelligent he is. It's like, because like a lot of people get caught up in, like, you look at everyone's head coaches and you think he's the coach, he's running this and that, which majority they do a lot of that. They also have the final say in a lot of things, but there's two assistant coaches, your attack and defense coach that run most of the sessions. The way they explain things, the way they care about it, and Mick Ennis are not missing any care at all in their lives, bro. They're two of the most caring sort of coaches, but they push you to be as best you can be all the time. They tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And that's bro, I've been so shocked. I've learned so much. I've already, I feel like I'm training better because of those kind of guys. And Flano's a great coach too, but it's just what sticks out to you when you go there. Like, that's what people think. Like, they think the head coach is running every session. They're not. They chime in every now and again. They just overlook the whole thing. But it's more like your assistant coaches like sort of to run it. So in terms of organisation, bro, that's probably, like I said, I met the new CEO, who's an absolute legend. We went for a walkthrough of the new high performance centre. It's still getting built, obviously, but sort of went and sort of skeleton of it, like the bloody just inner workings of it. So met him through there. He's the man. I think he's come in and made a real positive change. I know Gutho and Cookie speak really highly of him, but from my meeting with him, he seemed like a genuine good leader of the club. So I think man, like, the club's always heading in a great direction. I think for a time there it wasn't, but yeah, I think bro, I think at the moment, man, it's looking awesome, and it's going to look like, someone came out the other day and said in the paper, it looks like there might be a dynasty on our hand. You hope so, and you aim for that.
Exciting times ahead,
yeah, I just really.
I'm seeing, like you said earlier, I'm seeing glimpses of Penrith, like with all the amount of young kids coming through,
100%.
like, and then we've still got the experienced older players like yourself, like to like sort of mentor them. But there's the amount of juniors coming through. Like I've never seen anything like it before, and that was what was happening with Penrith before they, had their dynasty. So I can definitely see that happening. Obviously, I hope, but something big is brewing, I feel.
Bro, 100%. It feels like that. I'd hate for these, because they are great kids. I just hate for them to see that stuff and just think they've got this pressure on them. These young fellas to just think, oh, fuck that's us. Like that, we have to prove it to everyone. No, you don't. You just got to be yourself, be the best version of yourself, and that's all it is. And people are going to write headlines no matter what. I just But like I said, these young kids come through, bro. They're awesome, bro, to work with.
Yeah.
Just real humble, just real hardworking, and that's all you want as for a young kid coming through. Just have his head on his shoulders, because that's half the job done already.
Yeah, I sort of got that vibe. Very humble group of people.
Yeah.
Sorry, Caleb. Yeah. Sorry, Elijah.
No. I was about to say, Luca, you also got a question.
Yeah. So obviously, you've played under, you're about to play under your second premiership winning coach in your career after playing under Wayne Bennett, who's obviously one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest. I think he is. So what similarities and what differences can you see in Shane comparing and Wayne Bennett? Obviously both haven't won a premiership before.
Bro, I think they're all like very different sort of coaches, man. And Wayne's like a very, very different sort of coach. Like he connects really well with his players. He goes out of his way to be there more as like a father figure, mentor, as a man, because everyone knows how to play football. Like Wayne's like, one thing I've always got told about Wayne Bennett is that he just gets it. And then I didn't really understand what that meant until I was actually coached by him. He understands today the ins and outs. Like, I remember the story that the boys were telling me about when he was at South, and they got pumped 2 weeks in a row by 50 points. And as a player, you're coming in, you think you're on eggshells. You think, is my spot safe? Is it gone? It's not.
Yeah.
You have all these thoughts running through your head. You're stressed. You don't want. You're not going out there to try and lose like that. So you obviously, the boys are very dejected. Feeling shit. And then he come in for the meeting. He took his shirt off, had his tie wrapped around his head, had a speaker on his shoulder playing music, going, "No one wants to watch that shit, boys. Why don't we just get on?" Like this sort of thing. And all the boys were screaming, lifted. He'll just, for an old guy to do that, you know what I mean? Like, just he can read the room. He wants the boys. Like he's like dead set. Like the one way I describe him is that he's one of the boys. He just loves all the stories. Sits at the back of the bus. Talks that much shit with the boys.
Yeah.
And he kind of just gets it from that point of view. And he knows how to coach you individually. He knew for me, like, what's something that helped me massively with my career. And he goes, "Kerry, like, I don't want you overthinking anything. Like, you overthink things too much." He goes, "I want you to just remember this. Don't think, just do." Because we all know how to play football, and your ability is just to play. He goes, when we used to go to me, he goes, like, I'll look at Jeremy Marshall King, and he needs to bring a book to every session. He's the kind of guy that learns like that. Because I don't want you to ever bring a book to my session. He goes, "I don't want you thinking too much football. You just go out there and you play. You just run the ball hard, play the ball quick. You do that because that's all you want to do." And I'm like, fuck, bro. Just hearing like a coach go to me like that in my head going, that's exactly how I've always wanted to be.
Yeah. Must be a relief.
It's a relief, bro. Just to have a guy that could just understand you. Where it's different. Flano's just a bit different. He's not like, he's just his own coach. And he's obviously won a premiership, which is the highest thing you can attain in our arena. So it's like, well, both of they just have different methods to get to the same destination. And so it's not, like in terms of similarities, like I don't really know. Like I couldn't really pinpoint something they were similar with, but they're both unique in their own way, I guess.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, I want to do a small segment called where is it? Wait, how well does Josh Kerr know Josh Kerr? Now, Josh,
I've always seen this shit on different things in the store. I wonder how I would go with something like that.
Joshy, I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and then at the back end of it, I'm just gonna ask you questions that there's no right answer for. But I'm gonna test you to see how good your memory is and how well you know your own career. So first, straight off the bat, you mentioned it before. Who did you play against in your debut? What year and what round?
Round 2, 2019 against South Sydney Rabbitohs at Cogra.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay.
7:30 kickoff here. No, I'm joking. I'm not.
No, it was. I'm pretty sure it was like 8:05 on like a Friday. I don't know how I know that.
I remember it was late as it was a Thursday night because I remember I had to play cup on that Saturday. Is what I remember.
Next one. Where is it? Do you prefer night or day games? Just aside. Do you?
Oh, I like night, bro, and especially a Friday night. It feels good knowing that you put the work in on it and you get to play Friday night, and then bang, you get the rest. Usually get the weekend off, and you get a good win, bro. And it's just fuck me. It's a roller coaster rugby league, bro.
What's the worst time slot you hate playing at?
Bro, Sunday Arvo's like a
Sunday. Who fucks a Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like I don't know. Like it's obviously good for the fans and that too. I guess if they haven't got much on, but like I always think, I actually always think a Sunday afternoon at Leichhardt Oval is pretty cool because that's a historical.
That's my favorite game that could be.
Yeah. I just think that's good, but just getting at the Sunday slot, like where you look at all the teams like Broncos. I was lucky enough to be part of the Dolphins, and we're always playing Thursday, Friday night games. Then you get the weekend off. Like I said, you get a good win. You spend the rest of that weekend just on a high, really, and you lose though. You don't want to go out in public. So
yeah.
But especially I see what you mean with the Sunday end of the Sunday slot, because it occupies the whole weekend pretty much. You got captains on the day before, and then Friday you probably can't go too hard or whatever you want to do because like you're just prepping for the game all the time. So yeah,
exactly.
I've never thought
we got families too, bro, and
exactly,
a lot of our weekends and our time together when we're sort of growing up. I got my son now. It's sort of taken up from football, but that's the price we pay, bro. It's like I said, it's lightning in a jar this career. So very fortunate to do what we do.
Yep. Joshy, how many tries have you scored in your NRL career so far?
Oh fuck.
If you get it within 2, I'll count it as a 2.
I'll just say it's 7. Something like 7.
Oh, close 8. That was close.
Is it? Have I got 8?
Yeah.
I want way more. I should have way more.
10 at the end of the
well, you're gonna have trick in Vegas, mate. Don't worry.
Hat-trick in Vegas.
Could do it. I can do it. I believe.
Next one. Where did Josh Kerr score his first NRL try?
Penrith against Penrith.
We got pumped that game.
We got absolutely smoked.
And this was before, viewers who were watching, this was before they were good. They missed 8 this year. They were terrible this year. They played against us.
Yeah,
they missed 8 this year.
No, they're good towards the end of the year though. When did we play them?
We played them like mid year.
Yeah, I thought they were alright. Oh shit! I don't know.
They finished like 11th. I'm pretty sure. Like this was before they died.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking fair dinkum. I thought they were Fuck, I thought they were mad that year. I can't remember, but I remember the try. I remember step backing in on the inside of Viliama Kiki. I remember Luciano ran through on the line. I thought my try was going to get taken off me, but no, lucky enough.
I might jump in here. What's your favourite ground and least favourite ground to play at?
Yeah, that was the next question.
Favourite for me, bro? I've got 2. Oh man, there's 3.
And don't be biased because you're a Dragons player. Like don't.
No. Like one of the best fields to play on. One of the best fields to play on, I reckon, is Wynn Stadium. But also, my other 2 would be KO, which is Dolphin. Like for me, it's Dolphin Oval. I don't hate this bullshit. We got to name them by their fucking
100%. Get rid of the sponsor stadium. Dolphin Stadium or whatever you call it. Like,
bro. That's exactly right, man. So. But that's because that's where I grew up playing rugby league on that field in KO on Dolphin Oval. So that means a lot to me. But I think as any young Queenslander, Suncorp Stadium is probably at the pinnacle of where just the way the stadium's built. When you get a good crowd there, it's electric, bro. So yeah, man, it's they're probably my top 3. I actually love playing on Wynn Stadium, mate. It's crack. I love the hill. Cogra's good as well. I just love the hill. Like they don't because you see who the actual fucking fans are on these hills. You can see when
Standing on the hill,
it's
yeah.
raining, yeah, and all the boys know it. And all the boys know, and as much as we do the shit where we go, I pretend not to see us and pretend not to know. Like it's only because we know. And we're if we lose, we're embarrassed. But if we love it, you can see us come straight to the hill. The banners when it's raining and you guys are still there. I love the fact that I used to watch games and that like the last 2 years when the Dolphins and so the Dragons would play, it was pissing down like say the Raiders game and stuff, and the people still on the hill because you see what it means to these people, bro. So. That's what I love about Cogra and Wynn. I think Wynn's got a way better feel on the field itself.
Is it harder to play a wind because of like the breeze from the ocean and like it gets pretty windy there?
Oh no, yeah, it does. Like for
We're
me,
training
not
it,
really, because I was probably more of a halfback thing, bro, because of their kicking and stuff. But as a middle, bro, it's not. You don't really notice it, bro. You got adrenaline pumping through. You got 120 kilo blokes trying to run over you, so I'm more worried about that. And,
yeah, exactly.
but I guess as a half, you're obviously checking where the wind's going, especially if you're a goal kicker too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Is there a ground that you don't like? No, probably like your least favorite.
Sure.
You hate a ground you hate.
That's strong word, Jules. Strong
Shark
word.
Park.
Dislike.
Yeah, Shark Park's not all that flash, is it?
Oh.
Oh man, it's pretty crazy, bro. Like, it's not like you hate. Like, it's like it's an opportunity. Like, you just look at it, think, fuck, like that's how I always try and look at it. Like, how lucky am I to play here? But there are some grounds. Like, we've played it. Like, bro, we played at this game for Dragons years ago. I think it was like Rockhampton or something.
Oh, I remember that one.
It might have been Toowoomba. It might have been
Toowoomba or Rockhampton. Yeah.
Who was it against?
Bro.
Who was it against? Do you remember?
Roosters. It was
Yeah,
against the
Oh
Roosters.
my gosh, that was when the
Yeah.
bubble. That was a bubble.
Yeah, the bubble. That's right. That's right. I was going to say,
Oh.
why would we play there?
I
It was a
remember
good
Tyrell
opportunity to
making
give
a.
back.
Sorry, I remember Tyrell making a story, like a post of that exact stadium, just saying how like. holes in the
Bro,
ground,
before the
like,
game, we were
rough
taking
pitch.
photos of the holes before the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's right. I remember
Yeah.
that, bro. So,
Yeah, when
that was
when
crazy,
the
man.
comp was in Queensland.
But it's not it's not to say it's anything bad because they're obviously not an NRL field, and they're
No,
just
yeah,
there helping out
exactly.
where they can. It was just, when you want to get the best out of yourself, you want the best field, and then as selfish and arrogant as that sounds, that's just how it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Joshy, how many tries have you scored? I mean, not I already asked that. Wait. How many games have you played in your how many games have you played in your career?
Oh shit! I think I hit 100 this year against Melbourne. Oh, fuck, that was like towards the start. I'm just gonna say like, I won't say something even. I'll say like 116 or 115.
Oh my gosh,
Is
you
it?
sniped that 116.
Damn, headshot.
Is it 116? Am I?
Yeah, you got it.
Shit. Fuck yes, bro. I knew it was towards like the start of the season, just after the start. Was my 100th game, so.
Viewers who are watching, Joshy has just gone perfect in this game. So how about that? He's on
I'm just
every
heating
single
up.
one.
I'm just heating up right now.
What's your favorite moment in a Dragons jersey? Or your proudest?
Bro, I've got plenty. Far, man. Like,
Is that
obviously,
Roosters
number
game
one.
up there? You know, where Matt Feeney
debut.
scored?
Bro, that was cracker. We're the Indigenous jerseys, the black Indigenous.
Yeah.
That was Kari. Kari had just taken over from Hook. Ryan Carr, he was awesome.
That was
he was
the
an
best
awesome
game.
coach too. He was, bro, right at the end. I remember they threw me the ball, and I was like, and I was just like flicked out the back. And we had another game like that this year against for the Dolphins up against the Warriors.
That's
and
right.
I remember, and I did a flick pass in that too, and I just said, "Fuck, give me the ball in the last play, boys."
Fire your clutch, Josh.
I'm flicking it.
Kerr, you were clutch, bro. You were clutch.
Oh, well, they need to start paying
whatever
me the
you
big
touch
bucks,
turns to gold.
Bro, fuck, man, that's a tough one. Like, Anzac Day ones are always awesome. Indigenous rounds are always awesome. My debut would have to be one of, one thing was pretty cool. Obviously, like I said before, was my first try. That was just a special thing from as a kid growing up to wanting to play NRL to getting my debut, which is obviously special. And then scoring a try, bro. Like, that's all you want to do as a kid, like when you debut, you want to score a try in NRL. I remember that feeling, bro. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
No, that's fine.
someone might say something
Fair
and
enough.
re-jog memory, but debut was
What-
always pretty special.
We're gonna wrap up now, but before we do, I want to show Josh a picture. I'm gonna turn off my blur on my camera so I can show.
Oh, here we go.
This is a full circle. This is a full circle moment for me. This was me when I was in, because I just graduated. This is me when I was in year 5. This time 7 years ago, I was on a holiday at Wollongong just for the weekend, and my dad took me to the to the training ground. It wasn't like an open training ground, but just to see you play. And then one of the staff said, "Come in, meet the players." This is a picture of me and Josh Kerr.
Oh wow,
Oh
So-
shit! Hey, give
that's
me a look.
incredible.
So here's a throwback. Josh, I'll send it to you on Instagram,
Bro,
probably.
that's one of my first.
Yeah, but this,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I was
think
gonna
this
say
is
that would have been like early days, like one of your
Bro,
first.
I
this
feel
was-
like I remember this.
Josh. This
I
was
remember-
before
I
you made your
remember those-
debut.
Yes, I
This
remember
was-
because I remember having those their GPS vests.
Yeah,
No,
I
wait,
was
I
gonna
feel
ask-
like-
Probably do my like it's let me send it to you, but because I was
Yeah.
thinking, I was like, it's crazy, like you meet someone as a fan. Now I'm on here like having a podcast with you. It's like it's crazy. It's full circle
it's
moment.
trippy.
Bro, it's so crazy with this shit because I just don't like this is. I'm just a kid from Ready, bro. That's what's fucking crazy. I was
I
just very
know.
fortunate enough that I had
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
that pushed me. I was afraid of disappointing, the fear of failure that I didn't play NRL after everything my parents had done for me. Like it's not like I'm an NRL player and all of a sudden you're a different level of person. You're just the same dude. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, you got to carry all this shit from other people, from fans, from
Yeah.
things. But yeah, I know, but it's crazy that you say it's a full
Yeah.
circle thing because I just don't.
It is.
It's crazy
Yeah.
that I have that effect because I'm just this kid from fucking Redcliffe, bro.
Yeah,
that
I
just loves
know.
playing footy. So
Like-
it's been a pleasure to meet you all too tonight. It's
Yeah.
awesome. I love what you guys are doing. It's cool.
Love having you on.
It's good to just be able to I haven't got much hair left, but to let my hair down and just have just a chat about footy. I enjoy having a chat about footy. But it's been good, man. I really appreciate you boys having me on. Hey,
No, we appreciate
that-
you having me on as well.
Thanks
It
for
means a
coming
lot.
on.
With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll see you next podcast. There we go.
My boys.
Joshy.